I hope that was okay to spend the time on a. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. So do look for the all the concert files will be up on the Ruhaniat site. The videos will gradually go up on YouTube. Ali and Nayed, they're all part of our tech committee. We have our board of trustees has a tremendous tech committee. And so there's a couple of other really valuable resources that are being worked on. Sorry. Even while Moinudin was alive, Pir Moinudin was alive, we recognized that we had a treasure trove of writing by Murshid Sam that was on onion skin paper that was 40 years old and 45 and 50 years old. And that in order to preserve it, we would have to digitize it. And at the time when we did have some money, we spent $100,000 and we digitized everything. 20 file drawers worth of archives, letters, diaries, original texts, commentaries. And we put them on a site many of you visited called murshidsam.org, but it was in a very rudimentary form of PDFs. And you know, we did Azim, who's the head of the tech committee, did a kind of word count on the archive of Murshid Sam's archive, and he came up with a figure that he'd written 8.5 King James Bibles worth of words. Wait, wow, isn't that amazing? Okay, so we wanted to make that site really alive and useful, not only for us as his devotees and practitioners to study the texts, but also for history and for scholarship. And so we've been working very diligently on that site. Where's Yusuf? Is he gone already? Yeah. So Yusuf, who was here with us this week, he probably started driving to Portland already. He's a major player in working on the transformation, you know, what in technical terms from PDF to HTML, and reorganizing it and making the site super searchable, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And so that's, I think within the next 3 months will be done. So it's been a long project since Pir Moinudin, but the redo of the site has been the last 3 years that we worked hard on it. So that'll be murshidsam.org. The Ruhaniat site continues to be improved. I'm going to gradually move my website to it. You can get to Wali Ali's teachings and the esoteric school through it. It's very content rich, and I invite you to go. The calendar is being improved. We're really trying to make it a very, very useful experience for people around the world. You know, in the same way the dances of universal peace, which are a wing of the Ruhaniat, now the Dances of Universal Peace site has been translated not only into English as a resource, you know, with some 500 dances with PDFs and videos of, you know, how to do them. I believe it's been translated into German, into Spanish, and into Russian. You know, so there's some really great things going on that way, and you know, this is the behind the scenes, how we're spending the money you donate, how we're putting it to use, and Hope Project, Mareed's Emergency Fund. I have a project which I've been working for 7 years with Lama Foundation because I'd like to build a really proper shrine at Murshid Sam's grave site. And how many of you have been to Sam's grave? Yeah, so 2/3 of you. So I've taken a retreat there, maybe some of you have. And if you go there in anything but winter, You can't sit at the grave all day. Impossible. It's just you roast and bake. There's nowhere to find shelter. And I know, having gone to Inayat Khan's tomb, which you saw, which was so beautiful, since 1976. In 1976, I should have shown you a picture. It's just open to the sky, you know, quite simple. And at that time, the same thing. You couldn't go there and do what we do now at that shrine. You couldn't do a retreat. In fact, if you wanted to meditate in Inayat Khan's tomb, you had to find Abbas, who had the lock. He was a local man, and always completely stoned out of his mind on hashish, you know, blood red eyes, and you'd find him, and then he'd open the key, and you'd sit, and you'd go do your offerings, but he'd sit and squat there while you were making your prayers. It was all very strange, you know. So now you can go to Inayat Khan's tomb and sit, do meditation, do a retreat, and so I'd like that same facility for Murshids. And so we plan. I have pictures of it, but I don't want to show them now. I still haven't gotten the final permission from Lama, and when I do, I'll write you all a letter to send me a lot of money. Because it'll take upwards. You know, I wrote originally when I thought I had permission, but I hadn't yet. I thought it would take about $300,000, but I think it's going to be more. So and I'm very happy if you give $1, because then I feel like you're, what do you say, karmically involved. You know, you've mixed your blessing into the blessing. But if you have a lot of money, then hand it, you know, put it on in. I'd like to build a structure that'll last 500 years, you know, like these have. You know, I mean, everything we'll need. And we've got beautiful plans for it. I'll show you next time, or you'll see it in the emails. It's a very blend between Lama architecture, Mughal architecture, and Southwest architecture. Stone pillars, 8-sided, open stone floor. The mound stays the same. The floor has a mosaic, you know, Islamic cut stone. The pillars are spiral like you have in the Southwest, but you also have them in Sufi tombs in the East. Beautiful, what do they call, corbels cut in Indian style, so, you know, kind of that welcome archway. And then a dome, which is built on the same architecture as the Lama domes, you know, Zome architecture with a beautiful awning, you know, so that's coming up in the future. Something that I hope I can dedicate my energy to if Lama gives their permission. We're hoping we'll have permission by April. It's supposed to be the final, whatever it is, meeting. You know, we have to build a road in, then we have to order the stone from the quarries to get cut, and build a foundation, and so on. Other than that, wonderful to be here. Thank you again to Hakika, who's just a beautiful host, the kindest host, and a real great servant. You know, if you need someone to lick stamps, use the one. You know, but if you need someone to lead the whole thing, she'll lead it. You know, so anyway, thank you so much for being the mother of.
Thank you for coming. It's been too many years since you've been here.
Thank you, and I'm really happy to be here. And I don't feel that friends are ever apart. And I work this way with my murids a lot. But I'm quite convinced of what I call the coconut wireless. The coconut wireless. And that's a system where I can go and I say, hello, Khalil, you know, and there we are, we're together. And if I need to ask Hakika a question, I can ask her. I don't have to call her. And so on. And so my email's open, my phone's open. You need me, call me. But first thing is try the coconut wireless and see if you get good reception, you know. those of you who are my Marines, I'm glad you don't call me every week. I am. But I like it if, once every 6 months you drop me a note and say, hey, this is your buddy, having a terrible time, having a wonderful time, whatever, just a check-in. And it's not that I'll retain that, but it makes an impression and it's kind of like, a hookup. So, any questions or anything you want to share, or anything from the weekend you'd like to?
You want a closing dance?
Yeah, we have a half hour, so we're now 25 minutes. So.
Should I clock the story?
Yes.
It is.
Oh yeah, wait. Where is? Okay, come on. Let's go. It's happening.
Well, we'll make this.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, no, wait, don't do it yet. Don't wait, we're not there yet. Yes.
I'll make a long story short. One of our beautiful elders, many of you know, Malika Walker, gifted me as a representative of the Eugene Sufi community with some beautiful banners. And I've got too many of them. Many of us have like a gazillion prayer flags. So one or two people who are really drawn to this toward the one banner, which will be on videos, of course. I would like to gift, as a Sufi community would like to gift to the right person who's really drawn to it. Two people draw, you can be creative, and in 6 months could happen in one house, 6 months could happen in another house. So you can talk to me or just take it home and then bless your house.
Thank you.
It's a good one.
There's a Tibetan prayer called the Four Immeasurables. It's part of the daily practice. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all beings never be without the supreme bliss, which is free from suffering. And may all beings live in the great equanimity, free from attachment and aversion, clinging and aversion. So then Joe Miller and his wife made an American kind of version, which we sing often. May all beings be well, may all beings be happy. But now here's another version, which most of you know, again, a stolen book tune, The River is Wide. So may all beings be well. Together into a unity. Oh, may all beings as we sweep to the right, may all beings, and then we're going to say free from strife. So we start in angst and then we so may all beings be free from strife. I'm going to turn to our partner. So look, we're going to hold hands with our partner. And this is the way I'm going to do that. May all beings return to. We're going to just be with the person. verse. May all beings return to love, and peace be with you forevermore. And may all beings. Okay? Okay, you want to rehearse that part? No. May all beings return to you. You're just holding hands. You're being patient. Love. You now for peace be with you. Forevermore you move to your advanced position. Okay, here we go. Send out the blessing to the left. Sweeping up all things. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be free from strife. May all beings return to love. Peace be with you. Yasvata. You have a happy life, a happy death, a happy... Whatever reminds us with joy and peace. More than anything, may you all be of great service. And thank you again for inviting me. And please do make prayers as I travel around, so for safety and strength. Most of you stand. Okay, let's recite. Oh,
Thou, who art the perfection of love, harmony, and beauty, Lord of heaven and earth, open our hearts that we may hear thy voice, which constantly comes from within. Disclose to us thy divine light, which is hidden in our souls, that we may know and understand life better. Most merciful and compassionate God, give us thy great goodness. Teach us thy loving forgiveness. Raise us above the distinctions and differences which divide. Send us the peace of thy divine Spirit, and unite us all in thy perfect being.
again, so thank you. And Yamata.
Happy trails. Thank you. Take your time and leaving.